How to have drive when you can't drive. Hello, my friend, and welcome to the 239th episode of the Sales Podcast. I'm Wes Schaefer, the Sales Whisperer, your host. Previously, we had Anthony Amos, the crazy Aussie from down under. He was a professional footballer, that's a rugby player in Australia. And after 2 years, he walked away from it because he had built up his entrepreneurial venture to such a point that he knew he could. He knew that would be bigger and provide more sustaining long-term value to his life than playing and getting beat up in rugby. He built that up into a franchise, had some issues. He and his wife and his children moved to America, rebuilt things, and now he has launched a nonprofit as well, all around pets and dogs and doing some interesting things. I encourage you to check that out. It's episode 238, thesaleswhisperer.com/session 238. That's Anthony Amos. Today we have my friend Batya. I met her a couple of years ago, several years ago, at Social Media Marketing World, actually. And she's out in Florida. I did not know her whole story, so you are in for a treat. If you read the notes, session 239, you'll understand some of her background, but, I don't share all of the nuggets in writing. You got to listen. She has some great advice, great experience. She's from Israel originally. You'll hear her accent. You'll hear the adversity and the challenges that she overcame and has remained positive. She's remained successful, and I'm happy to call her a friend. You're going to get a lot out of this story. I have two other links for you. I want you to check out again my friends at VA Staffer. I'm going to be hanging out with Jay this weekend. We're going to be at Traffic and Conversion in San Diego, and we're going to be catching up, working on some things, doing some videos, and working on some outsourcing. But he's got a 4-hour free trial for you, and if you do enroll, retain them, then there's $100 off of that as well. So that is at thesaleswhisperer.com/VA Staffer. So VA stands for Virtual Assistant or Virtual Admin. So thesaleswhisperer.com/VA Staffer. Sign up there. Let them work for you for free for 4 hours and see if you like them. Okay? The other thing, and man, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this. I don't know what's wrong with me. I may not be smart, but I'm also slow. How about that? I've got a tool that I've used for years. I created this little survey on my website. It's been one of my top traffic generators, and I've gotten great feedback on it from hundreds of people that have used this. But it walks you through helping you pick the CRM that's best for you, and it's bestcrmforme.com. It's free. And it will ask you a lot of questions, things like how big is your list, right? How many contacts do you have? How many emails do you send? What operating system do you use? What's your website hosted on? And just on and on. How often do you email your list? Do you sell products online? And so based on all of these questions, the answers are prorated, right, and weighted, I should say. And then it'll spit out an answer. And from there, you will have an idea on which tool is best for you. And then if you want to discuss it, let me know. I'm happy to talk with you about it. You can set up a free 15-minute consultation after that. We'll kick some ideas around and see what works. I've been working with databases since I was in the Air Force back in 1994 when I was stationed at March Air Force Base, and had to keep our airmen's records updated for deployment, right? See who was ready, who had all the training, who had all their shots, all that other fun stuff. And so didn't realize that was preparing me to enter corporate America. 98, started using them to register my leads, selling mobile homes in Oakwood Homes in Mobile, Alabama. Because if you registered your lead, all right, if you registered the person that you met with, then even if they came later, if they came on your day off, if they came and you were just busy and another salesman had to show them around, because you logged them in your system, in the database, that was your deal. So even if they were ready to close and the other salesman had to do all the work, I still got half of the commission because I was the one that met them initially, and I documented my work. I don't know, man. That locked me in. I saw the value of keeping good records, because in that first year, April of 1998 to 99, I made exactly $100,000. Man, I had a wife, 2 young boys. We had about a $365 a month apartment. It may have been $345. I don't know. It wasn't a lot, right? Because $100,000 today is worth about $148,000. I made that in my first full year in selling. And so register your deals, right? Document your work. Then I started using Onyx and Siebel in 2000, 2001, 02. Started using Salesforce.com 2004. Started using Zoho in 2006, 2007. Bought Infusionsoft in 08. Got certified at Entreport and HubSpot in 2014. So, I mean, helping small businesses and medium-sized businesses and even solopreneurs, right? Entrepreneurs, coaches. That's what I was when I started. It was just me. And I needed to make more sales. I needed to grow my sales without growing my staff. And picking the right system and then automating my processes made all the difference in the world. Okay, so go check that out. bestcrmforme.com. Free quiz. Take it. Let me know what you think. If you still have questions, let's talk, okay? 15 minutes for free for you as a listener of the Sales Podcast. Now let's bring on my friend Batya. Batya, Maman, all the way from Naples, Florida. You think you're ready for the Sales Podcast. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, welcome. Great to finally have you on. I mean, we've only known each other like a couple of years, and you carved some time out. I'm honored. I should go buy a lottery ticket now.
No, stop. Thank you for.
So you have gobatya.com, and we will link to that, of course. But it's Batya, gobatya.com. And so that's a Swedish name, right? Or is it? Wait, no, it's Australian.
No, one more guess.
Texas.
No.
Hey, don't give me that look. Texas is a great place.
No.
So your name and your accent is Israeli, right?
Correct.
So would you mind, for our friends that do not know your story, would you give us, a little thumbnail sketch, a little minute or two, and tell us who you are and how you ended up being a marketing and social media expert, and then we'll dive down the rabbit hole?
Yeah, absolutely. So I moved to America in 2003 with my ex-husband and 3 beautiful children. I was only 29 years old. Now I'm 43.
Ooh.
February 3rd. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
Just had an anniversary.
Oh my gosh, that was 14 years anniversary being here in America, which I love America because I tell people all the time, I moved from the Holy Land, Jerusalem, to the land of opportunity. America is the land of opportunities. And when I moved here in 2003, I saw the opportunity immediately. I did not know how to speak English. And my ex-husband was a contractor, and he was working with the builders and remodeling and all those different things. And he was remodel one lady's home, and she was very protective on her goodies. She was very rich. She has a very expensive clothes and jewelry. And she told my ex-husband that she has these Hispanic girls cleaning her house, but she will be comfortable if somebody in a higher level will come and do her closet. And my ex-husband says, my wife is so organized, and I'll take a picture of my wife's closet and I'll show you. And you tell me if you want her to come and help you or not. So at that time, I didn't know how to speak English. I didn't have a job. I have a 2 years old, 6 years old, and 10 years old at the time. And my ex-husband showed her the picture of my closet and my pantry, and she saw it. She wasn't fascinated. And then she requested me to come and help her. So here we go. I come to her house. I take her pictures before, and I do her closet. And she was a broker for a big real estate office. and she started telling everybody at the office and all the realtor how amazing my job, showing them the pictures. And in less than 6 months, I found myself with a very successful, organized business. And I become, over time, specialized in doing pantries, closet, kitchen cabinets, and garages. And I did before and after pictures, and I did over 300 and something homes.
In what time frame?
That was between 2003 to 2009.
Okay.
In 2009, my ex-husband and I divorced. And through my divorce, I lost my residency in the country, and I become basically illegal. Part of my divorce, I gave up on receiving child support and alimony. I was not qualified for any government assistance because all my children born in Israel. And, I'm from Israel, and, everybody knows that the Israeli people were very prideful. I would not chase my husband for money, my ex-husband for money. And I always thought how bad it is for me to even think in that direction, because child support and alimony is a very low income, and your monthly, whatever he will give me, will be the same. I can never grow with that.
Right.
And I was thinking, I want something much bigger than that. So at that time, I was really struggling in 2009, and in 2010, I didn't know what to do. My English was just like start improving. When it comes to writing and reading, I did a little bit, but not much. And I have to figure something, because I was not able to drive. I fired my employees from my cleaning company and organized because I was not able to do that. And for 6 months, I wasted all the money that I saved. Didn't waste it. Basically, I used it to the point that I have nothing, and I didn't know what to do. So one day, my daughter came from school, and she said, "Mom, did you make something to eat?" And I said, "No, I can't believe it's already 3:00." And I was shocked that I was the whole morning and the late afternoon on Facebook, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I spent a whole day on Facebook. I forgot to cook. I need to find a way." It's like a full-time job. I have to find a way to convert it into an income, because I cannot drive, I cannot work. I lost my work permit, my driver license, my residency and everything. So there is not that much you can do. And I said, you know what? If I'm home, I need to find a way to make money from home. I call nonprofit organizations and offer them free social media services on Facebook and Twitter. I didn't know much at the time, but as I was working on them, I've learned so much. And at this point, I converted the donors, the people who will come to those nonprofit events, and support them financially, and start converting these donors into clients. And that's how I started my business. 8 months after I was able to make some money, I hired myself a driver. So I don't have to drive illegally in the country or without driver license and get myself into trouble. And for 3.5 years, that's what I did.
Wow. So why did it take so long to get a driver's license?
It was not taking long to get the driver license. It took long to get the residency back, because they give you driver license back based of your residency. If you're resident, you're qualified for a driver license. Right. And if you're illegal in the country, they will not just give you a driver license. So what I did, after I hired a driver, which I found that without hiring a driver, I'm not going to be able to create myself an income. So I chose the driver before the immigration lawyer, because the immigration lawyer was very expensive and I had to find a way to pay. So by the time I hired myself a driver, it was 8 months since the situation. And then by the time I was able to make money enough for the lawyer, here's another 8 months passed by, or 9 months. And by the time the lawyer put the request to the time that I got my visa back, excuse me, it took 3.5 years. It's a very long process, and it's a very expensive process. It was a very long process because it was very hard to get the visa back once you lost it. Mm-hmm. So, but after 1.5 years in a situation, it was already easy for me because I had a driver. I was working on my case, my immigration case, but I already have a business model and I was already making money, and the driving was not an issue for me anymore. Right. It was basically, it's very simple because people can think, oh, if I don't have a car, if I don't have this or I don't have that, I can do certain things. But you know what? I found my own power just because I lost all those things.
Right. Well, heck, I want a driver.
Yeah, I know. I was able to do all the texting and emailing and be on the phone while he was driving. I don't have to focus on the road. I was focusing on everything, and I was accomplishing a lot.
So how much is a driver?
The driver was $1,300 a month.
Okay.
Which, if you think about it, if you drive a fancy car, you pay for insurance and a gas, you're almost on $1,000 right there.
So did he provide the car?
No, I did provide the car.
Okay.
I found somebody who was a nice Hispanic guy. He was a busboy in one of those nightclubs. And he needed to make money. Whatever he was doing there, he was working from 7 o'clock in the evening to, I think, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock at night. He would sleep every day until 10. And he would start driving me by 10 o'clock in the morning until 6. And by 7, he will go back to work.
Wow. I mean, did you have that many appointments?
I had a lot of appointments, believe me or not. I have a lot of appointments. And if he has the days that he couldn't work, I would convert my Starbucks into my office, and I'd be sit there for a couple hours. Sometimes I send him to do like an airport ride, because we have this black town car, and he will go and do some rides in the airport while I was sitting with clients and Starbucks. So sometimes he will be late, and Starbucks was my office. I have days that I spend at Starbucks from 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I used to eat there at breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what happened in the beginning? I used to go to Starbucks to meet people there, but as you go there every single day, because I didn't have an office, people will come to me and said, "Oh my gosh, we see you here every day talking to people. What do you do for a living?" And I said, "Oh, I'm a social media consultant." "Oh, tell me more about it." Actually, Starbucks was my office, was my sales place, and where I meet most of my clients.
Right. That's awesome. So you volunteered your services to nonprofits.
Yeah.
And why did you start with nonprofits?
It was very simple, because nonprofit organization, their mission and purpose is coming from greatness. It's coming from something good. And I know the people that will be associated with nonprofit are people who like to give, people who care, people who are successful. Because if you're not successful, you're not necessarily going to be going and donating so much money to those nonprofit organizations. So I want to position myself with people who are successful, with people who love their community and care about their community, and people who have the money.
Well, I mean, somebody running a nonprofit, they could still be broke. I mean, I guess you have to pick a successful nonprofit, right?
I always believe that you have to do something good first before you ask for anything. So I always say to people, I start my business from greatness. In the very beginning, when I started with nonprofit, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I said, you know what? They're not paying me money. I'm going to help them. My first purpose was to help them and the same time help myself. I was never there for money. I was there to learn, and I needed somebody to give me the opportunity to learn.
Right.
Who I am today. And in no time, when you enter into this nonprofit world and you see what they're doing and the help that they need and looking for, I got so inspired with the things that were going on there that I found myself finding even more ways to make it work just to help them. Right. And that's what I find what's really working and what's not working on social media.
So was it a lot of just self-education? I mean, YouTube and blog reading? Did you go to seminars or, were you just bootstrapping it and self-taught?
At that time, it was all self, because I could not afford to go to seminars. I was not able to drive the places, like right now I'm all over the country. But at that time, I stayed locally. It was everything very locally. So what I did, I picked about 20 to 25 people that I were thinking they were an amazing influencer on social media. And I follow them and I see what they're doing. And it was very amazing, because I would not say name, because there is positive and negative about what I've learned about these people, right? So I was following them and I saw what they're really doing. So I've learned the social media part from them, but most people focusing on the social media more than focusing about who they really are and what's the really purpose and mission, because most of the big influencers out there, they're targeting big money. Their mission is to sell some big program and the packages or whatever it is. And what I did, I was just taking the concept that were making more sense to me, that I feel people needs and wants.
Right.
Know just what the other side tried to sell. So what I was doing is, instead of go and follow these people, I subscribe to everything that they post on social media. I put them into group, and I will go once a day and see what they're doing. So I take a little bit from everything and I create my own. And then in maybe a year and a half after, I didn't even have to look at them anymore. Because online, you can educate yourself about anything and everything. Google is the largest search engine in the world, and there is no way that you're going to ask a question and you don't find an answer for it there.
Right.
So it was very easy for me to learn and to find a way to serve. But the truth is, whatever really works was the thing that I tried, and I tried the things that I've never learned and continue growing. But what's working? No, that's what I'm learning. Because can you imagine how many people go to school and learn and they can apply?
Right.
So if you do something that works for you, you repeat it and you repeat it more, and then you do more and more.
Right. But things since 2010 to today, social media has changed a good bit, hasn't it?
A lot. It's changed my life. Social media changed my life. It changed my life and changed many people's lives around me, because, people have a bad and wrong ideas about the whole social media. I have some clients who call me and said, I need social media. I need to be on Facebook. I need to be on Twitter. For example, a couple days ago, a dentist called me and said, I need social media. And I said, no, you don't need social media. You need more patience. Patience. You see, people have a wrong ideas about what they need. And he think if he's going to go on Facebook and post on Facebook all day long, he's going to gain a new patient. And I said, so can I ask you a question? He said, sure. And I said, let's say that right now you're not a dentist and you really need a dentist. Will you go to Facebook and look for a dentist? He says, no. And I said, where did you go? And he said, on Google. And I said, great, that's what you need.
Right.
Because every person, when they look for a professions, or especially in the medical field, nobody go to LinkedIn, look for a professionals, or go to Twitter or Instagram to find. All those other social media sites for me is to create for yourself more visibility. But Google is where your money sits.
Right.
And especially for doctors, I think they're missing the opportunities to be where they really need to be, because everybody on social media just do whatever everybody else is doing. Yep. And most people on social media do random stuff and they get a random result.
Yeah, true. Yeah, way back on episode 15 of the Sales Podcast. So that was over 3 years ago. I had Jay Baer on, Convince and Convert. And he even said back then, social media is a great place to deepen a relationship versus create one. And now, especially 3 years later, it's much more of a pay to play platform. And so, but still, I think that holds true that, maybe once that dentist gets a new patient, they can deepen that relationship, ask them to check in, ask them to write a review. And then from there, that'll spin out, and then they can say, oh, Batya, I see you went to Dr. West. How was he? I'm in the market for a new dentist. And then you can give a referral. And then, but through that awareness, it lets your connections know about Dr. West. But otherwise, we're going to post on Facebook, hey, I need a new dentist. Who do y'all recommend? I mean, we're still friends.
Yeah, I think about it. How many people I asked him this question just to give him some reality in what he's asking me, because he's asking me something that I said to him, you're asking me about social media, a question that, okay, I can give you the answer, but I feel like we're doing something wrong. Let me ask you some question. And I interview him, and then little by little we find out what he really needs, because how many people wants to go and like a post about root canal? How many people wants to go and hear about crowns and veneers and like it? Oh my gosh, so many dentists want me to like their Facebook page and go and like and like. One dentist called me and said, I have no likes on Facebook. And I said, put your wife picture. If you really want so many likes. Your wife, their picture there, you're going to get likes. I asked him, how likes pay your bills?
Yeah.
Don't show me your money.
Right.
Because social media, when you tell people social media, they think Facebook. Yeah, so basically I said, social media is not for you to post, it's for you to build. And social media, everyone can post, not everybody is a system. First of all, people, if they really want to create a social media to one of their source of income, they have to build themselves a system.
Okay.
And they cannot just go and do random posts and expect a real result.
Right.
For result, you need to have a real plan. You need to have a real system.
So give us a little insight into what this system looks like.
The system look like, first of all, the system start with you. Because let's say that you create yourself that system. It doesn't really matter what kind of a system it is. If you're not going to be running that system, the system would not work. It's just like you have a car sitting in the garage. You have the car, you have the engine, but we don't have the driver. So a lot of people hiring a social media managers to manage their social media, which is great. And that's what I want clients to hire me for. But, the perceptions online change. It's not what it used to be a couple years ago that people talk to you and think it's really you. Now people perceive that behind your social media, there is a social media manager.
Right.
So that is a way for you to stop communication with people because they think, oh, I'm not talking to Batya, or I'm not talking to Wes, or I'm not talking to Jay. I'm talking to one of their employees. They're never going to answer. I'm not going to go there.
Oh, so you're saying having a manager can be bad because it removes the personalization.
Exactly. It's not a bad idea to have, and we want everybody to have a social media manager, but what we do want them to do is between the social media manager work, we want the real person to be part of his own platform. Because if you want to run your platform and you want your platform to work, you have to be part of it. You can't just take your responsibility as a business owner who wants new patients, who wants new buyer, who wants new whatever, and throw that responsibility on somebody else. If a client's pay me a certain amount of money to manage them a month and they expect me to do their work, I tell them, hey, I'm a social media manager. I'm not a dentist and I'm not a salesperson.
Right.
If you want a salesperson, get somebody to go from door to door and be speaking for you all day long. I'm a social media manager, and that's the confusion the people have all over the world when it comes to social media, because people jump from first thing gaining reality in social media and understanding the social media, right, to do the social media. They never find out what it is. What is the social media? What's behind that? What's the purpose of the social media? And each one of them has a different purpose.
Now, so you mean like each different platform, like Twitter has a different purpose than LinkedIn, different than Google+.
Exactly. That's has a different purpose. But you know what? It's not just the platform have difference. You as a business owner, let's say that I am a dentist and you're a hairdresser, our purpose and our reach will be a different reach, different purpose. For example, a hairdresser can do amazing on Instagram.
Right.
Right? Dentist will do 10,000 times better on Google, less on LinkedIn. So when you build yourself this whole social media system, you have to customize and find out where your customers, patients, audience, whatever it is, sit.
Right.
And you have to know how to measure it.
So what do you recommend then? Because, what you're saying, I agree with, and I've experienced so many times with people. But even like the Instagram person, it's one thing to have a lot of followers. But if you don't have a landing page, a CRM, a marketing automation tool, an e-commerce platform, a way to monetize and drip on these people until they convert. I know a lot of people with tens of thousands, even 100,000 fans on Instagram, and they'll run a launch and not make any money because the people are just liking their pictures, but they're not converting that.
Wes, it's really simple. I know people with 1.4 million followers on Instagram. These people, actually, that Instagram costs them money. They're not making money out of it because it's a fake followers. Let me give you an example on my Facebook. I have a friend who do nothing for a living, right? She is a stay-at-home mom. She has 5,000 friends on Facebook, and she get more likes than I am of every picture she's posting. And she's always said, oh, my gosh, you're a social media expert, and I get more likes. And I said, you know why you get more likes? And I'm not trying to invalidate anybody here, but I tell you why. Because she has people, her connections on Facebook, 5,000 connections she has, are people who have nothing to do with their life. All they do is sit on Facebook all day long and like. My people, my Facebook, I have a back office on my Facebook that I actually group my people. I don't add people who don't have a big game going on for themselves on my Facebook. And if here and there I find them, I unfriend them because we have only 5,000 friends that we can put there. And I want the QQP people to be on my Facebook, which stands for quality qualified people. I have less like on my picture because I have more quality people on my Facebook. My Facebook friends are busy people, are business owners, successful people that have no time to go and start liking all my pictures.
Well, so how do you decide whether to build it on your personal profile, versus a group or a page?
I tell you why. If you're a very social person and you associate yourself with the right people, focus on your personal, because I know when people looking for services, they never reach out through my business page. They said, Batya, I need your help. They don't say social connect, I need your help. People talking to me because I build my business to be me, myself.
Well, that sounds fine. It's just limited to 5,000 people.
Well, you know what? Right now you have in Facebook an options to add 5,000 people and add as many followers as you wanted on your personal Facebook personal account. If you see, I have 4,000 followers and 5,000 friends. That's 9,000 people who have been watching me.
Right.
In reality, my Facebook is my fun stuff. I do make money of my Facebook, and I get a lot of referral from Facebook. You won't believe. But last year I converted my LinkedIn to ATM. If you ever want a top salesperson in your business, that's LinkedIn. It's really dependent on what your industry is. But I find a way to sell on LinkedIn more than I sell on Facebook.
All right. You got to give us a little tip. You got to give us a little teaser.
Let me give you an amazing example. I like to work with dentists. I love working with other industries, but a lot of startup businesses, when they start working with me, they're not sure what they want in the first place. And I got to the point that I don't have to chase people anymore to work for me. I want to work with people who want to make it work and who are willing to be part of and take the same responsibility as they ask me to. So I like dentists. So I go to a dental event. I know where my ideal clients are. So what I do, I go to a dental event. And the last dentist event it was 6,000 dentists. Can you go and shake 6,000 people's hands and have a whole full conversation with them in 5 days? No. So what I did, I just went to say, hello, my name is Batya, I'm social media consultant. And I said, I would like to give you my business card and I'd like to have yours. Now what I did, I just swapped business card with that person, shake his hands, say hello. He saw my face. Now he knows I'm real, but at the same time, I have his content.
Right.
So I come home out of event with 6,000 dentists with about 2,000 business cards. That's how many people I was able to reach out to and in 5 days, and one give me the other ones, and some people put in tables, and I was just collecting them or whatever. I came home and I let my 15 years old take all this business card and add all these people on my LinkedIn. So here we go. 2 months after, I go to another dentist event and I get another 600 business card, and then another event, and then another event, and then another event, because I don't want to just go and add random people. I want to add people who we make an eye contact. Besides that, I have a lot of dentists that added me on my LinkedIn because I build my LinkedIn in such a way that dentists know I'm existing. Mm-hmm. So after a while, I have right now about 13,000 LinkedIn connection, and 9,000 of them are dentists.
Okay.
So right now, when I'm talking on LinkedIn, I'm talking to dentists. So what happened is they saw me in February, March, and August last year. And here we go. They see my post, and for 2 months, 3 months, I haven't heard from anybody. 4 months, I haven't heard from anybody. What I did, I built myself a platform to allow these people to watch me, learn everything about me, and not just that, I put there exactly what I want them to find about me and about my business.
Right.
So when it comes a point when a dentist call me, they don't ask about my services anymore.
Right.
Ask Batya, how much is your service cost? Because I build that trust and relationship with them without even talking to them. By seeing me being so consistent on my social media and on my LinkedIn account, I'm connecting, I'm involved, I'm part of it. A lot of people go to their LinkedIn in January and don't go again until April, and they're like, oh my gosh, LinkedIn don't work for me. If you're not going to turn on your car, that car is not going to drive anywhere. If you're not going to put gas in the car, that car is not going to move anywhere.
Right.
So anything that you want to make work, you can make it work. But what you need to do is you need to give it the right supplement.
So, interesting. Because I know people are going to listen to this and say, well, that's fine. So now you're telling me I have to spend $10,000 in the next 5 months to go attend a bunch of conferences, and then I got to wait 5 more months after I blog and post regularly on LinkedIn to finally make some money. In the meantime, I got bills to pay.
Well, you know what? That's what people can say. But you know what? When I was doing really, really bad and I didn't have an income, I didn't pay attention to what I have and what I don't have at that point. I was paying attention about building something. And it took me almost a year and a half to build mine. And I'm not saying that that's what everybody else should be doing. But you know what? There is no return on non-investment. You have to invest something in to get what you want. You can't say, I'm going to put $1 and make 1,000 out of it.
Right.
That's not even real. If people believe that they can create a huge system for themselves and an amazing source of income without putting anything out there, good luck to these people who wants to make it happen. It could happen, but it's a slow process. Yes, you can do it. I did it. I put about 2 years. It took me 2 years to really make good money on social media and online, but I believed in myself and I believed in my product. Some people come to me and said, you know what? I don't know if I wanted to pay you $15,000 to build me, because it's not going to work. You know what? My answer to that person, I said, you know what? It's not me that you don't believe in. You don't believe that your product will sell or be sold. Even with all this exposure, you don't believe in yourself.
Right.
Or you don't believe in your own product. If you believe in your product and you believe what you're capable of doing to move that product up away and put it in front of people, there is no way that you're going to do it right and not going to be successful. Because the level of your reach will be the level of your income.
Right.
Social media is very simple. It's all about reach and activation. You reach out to people and then you activate them. Everything you do in between, it's up to you. It's not a social media manager is not going to get you there without you be able to reach and connect. For example, I have the two type of dentists. I have my best friend, Dr. Rocha, who is a dentist, and her and I, we go on a Friday night places, or we go to coffee together, or shopping clothes. So a month ago, we went to the Waterside shop here in Naples, and we went to the BCB store. We bought dresses or whatever. And the lady there was, her smile was not like so perfect, and she's such a perfect girl. And Dr. Rocha said, you know what? You need Invisalign. And she pulled a card out of her pocket and said, right now we have a $2,100 offer. Use it. The Wednesday after, that girl has already showed up. We went to Starbucks. Through the drive-thru, she saw the person that served us coffee smile, and she said, oh my gosh, you need Invisalign. I actually have a $2,100 off offer. Here's, use that. Her reach is so amazing, and her return is even more amazing. Why? Because her reach is good, and other people are not, they don't have the confront to go and tell other people what they need. I'm successful because when I saw somebody that has a ruin or has a problem or the social media look like hell, I said, hey, you need help. So that's working and that's not working. And I give them a little tip what they can do to make it work better. And that's how we pull in our clients.
So people aren't offended, but they're basically saying, hey, you got jacked up teeth?
You know what? When people get offended, guess what's their real problem is?
They don't like you telling them they got ugly teeth.
I don't really, you know what? If that person don't like what I tell them, I don't want to work with them in the first place because the confront is very low. When somebody come to me and said, Batya, you need a better website, I don't get upset. I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. Help me.
Right.
And I hire somebody who reach out to me over and over and over again and tell me your website is suck. I said, you know what? I know it. And I'm looking for the right person to do it. That's why I didn't do it. But I didn't get offended because you know what? If you don't know the truth about yourself, that is a big problem right there to have.
Right.
Don't even go and fix your business before you even fixing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we hit record, you were saying you actually are quite active and successful on Google+. I haven't heard that brought up much. Can you share a little insight there?
You know, Google is really funny because, you know, a lot of people think Google, there is no followers. Nobody like my pictures. Nobody share my pictures. Why should I take the time and effort to spend time on Google+? Here's the one thing that people missing about Google. Google is all about change your world, change your income, right? And Google is also the largest search engine in the world. So if you're not putting nothing out there and you want to be part of the search, it's not going to happen. People are not going to find you because you're not there. So people are going to find a link for your Facebook and link for your LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest or whatever you create. So what I did in the last couple of years, I go every single day, whatever I post on my Instagram or whatever I post on my Facebook or LinkedIn will go on my Google+. Not because Google+ give me likes or give me a share or give me followers. I don't need it. It helped me with the search.
Okay.
More work you do on Google, more visible you are because social media is all about visibility and Google even more. So when people search for Batya on social media, they see more than just my social media account. They can see my pictures, my PR stuff, and all kind of articles that they have in a different social magazine, local magazine, editorial story, whatever it is. I like to boost my Google. And every time people call me, I ask them, where are you calling me from? Where did you find me? Who told you about me? They said, I found you in Google. So if 10 people out of 15 tell me I found you in Google, sometimes I ask them, tell me exactly what you saw on Google. And they tell me, I'm like, oh my gosh, let's do more of it.
So you're saying people are telling you that they're finding you on Google+.
Absolutely. And if that's what they tell me, that's what I'm going to continue doing. I do what's work, not what people think, oh, you should do Facebook because Facebook is this and this and that. If I do so many years work on Facebook and saw that my results come from Google, I will go to Google. That's what I said. The social media need to be customized for you as a person.
Right.
And for your business, because it's depend of your personality and what you're willing to do and what your business needs and want. Because in the end of the day, what we serve the needs and want. When a client tell me, I want this, I said, hey, let's focus on what you need first, then what you want. Because what you need is going to create you an income, and what you want is a privilege.
Now, are you using one platform like Hootsuite or something to push, or do you create a custom content for each platform?
I don't use Hootsuite, but I use Buffer, and there are some other program that I used for my Instagram. For example, when I post on my Instagram will send my post into 12 different other sites. And
Instagram does that many now?
No, Instagram doesn't do it, but I set it up. That's our secret weapon. And right now, I don't have to worry about anything. I just go to my Instagram and I post it, and my Instagram connected to a system that send it everywhere else. And when I post through Buffer, it goes into everything, sometimes to Instagram as well. It's really depending if it's a picture, if it's an article, if it's blog. Everything is customized. That's where you needed to have a social media consultant rather than just social media managers. Social media managers are robotic people. They learn how to post. They go and post and post the post. Who you're talking to? What about if 100% of your followers are fake or are not participated? How do you get more out of your Facebook page, which worked for me? I did some trial stuff in California, and what's worked for me on my social media Facebook pages are the advertising, not my post.
Right. Yeah, because social media more and more, I mean, it's a pay-to-play arena, right?
Of course. Nothing is free. And the most free you get is the most expensive it's becoming.
Right.
Right? People need to have a reality. If you want to be successful, if you want to play with big money, you have to invest big money. There is no way you're going to go and buy Jaguar with the price of Kia.
Right.
That's what people need to understand when they come to me and said, oh my gosh, your services are expensive and I don't think I can afford you. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I got to the point that I ask people, what's your income look like before I even talk to them? Because I don't want them to get a heart attack every time I talk about my prices. Number one. Number two, there is no way you can drive a high-end car with a lower payments car or a company and get the same result. It's never going to happen. People need to wake up, gain reality and understanding, and first what they want and what they're willing to do to make it happen. Because the level of your willingness will be the level of your income as well. It's what you're willing to make out of your social media. Because I know people on social media that doing work for 8 years and see no result, and I see people who are in 2 months creating an amazing impact on others by doing the real work on social media. First, be you, talk about your business. And if you're talking about your business all day long, it's a turn off for people.
Right. So sprinkle in a little bit of life, huh?
Yeah. People want to make sure that you're real. And more real you are, more successful you become. A lot of people said, I want to be private. I don't want to be, especially doctor. And I said, you want to be private, but you want 50 people to walk to your door and you're hiding. It's not going to work. There is no being private and I want to be the most busy dentist in my town.
Right.
You see, when people say the word that they say sometimes, I said, did you hear yourself or now? Now you tell me how that makes sense.
Yep.
So when I talk to people on social media, I always figure out, let me find out who you really are and what you're willing to do and what your confront level look like. Because people said, I don't want these. I don't want to show posts like that. I have a client who said, I want a bigger signature. I want a smaller signature. I want to have that pictures. I want to have that. I'm like, hey, are you busy doing these or you want to focus on making money?
Right.
Bad post is better than no post.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also there is a very simple thing that people like consistency.
Right.
Consistency is very important on social media and you need to be there. And there is a fast flow things that on social media that more people you connect and when people you reach out to, more visible you are. In the end of the day, I call it visibility and control. You needed to control your social media, and the most of everything, you need to control Google, because that's where the search begins.
Right. Very interesting.
Very.
All right. Got some notes here. So where do we send people to learn more about you? You got some tips and tricks you can share with them on your site?
Absolutely. They can sign up for my newsletter. On my website, there is a sign up page or contact me, and they can put their information. And every 2 weeks, we're giving an amazing tip on social media and how to verify your pages and how to build your LinkedIn and what's new on LinkedIn and how to do videos, successful videos. And every 2 weeks, we share something very cool. And also, they can go and read all of those on my LinkedIn account, linkedin.com/Batya Maman. And they're going to find great stuff. And people can go to my Facebook, Social Connect, and ask questions. If I'm not there, one of my employees will going to reply to them. If that's something that they're not able to reply, I'm definitely going to be able to answer any questions. In the end of the day, to be honest with you, I want to work with people who really wanted to make it work. Right. Not wants to ask questions, because people go and ask questions about 10,000 different social media experts. They're not willing to commit. How committed you are, that's how successful you're going to become. Social media is a game, and the focus should go down a little bit, because it's not the social media that work for you. It's what you do to make it work.
Right. Very cool. All right. That's why I work with you. Got good stuff. All right. Batya Maman, thanks for coming on the Sales Podcast. It's been awesome.
Thank you so much.
I don't know about you, but I haven't had things that difficult. I mean, moving to another country, didn't know the language, ends up divorced, couldn't get a driver's license, 3.5 years, and she still overcame all of that. And it just shows when you've got drive and determination, when you've got a goal, anything is possible. There's so much information out there. You know, information is not the issue. It's knowledge, right? It's the application of that information is what is going to make you successful. So go back and listen to this again. Hear her story. She has made, lemonade out of lemons, right? That was a tough hand she was dealt. But she made it happen. That's why I like hanging out with her, following her. She's positive. She's energetic. She is making good things happen. And that's who you need to surround yourself with. Fill your brain with positive things. Fill your brain with insight from people that are getting stuff done. And then emulate them. Follow what they're doing. And because success leaves clues, okay? You don't have to guess what to do. See somebody that's in your industry, in your niche, somebody that's gone before you, and do what successful people do, and you will become successful, okay? One of the things successful people do is work on things that make them money. That's why they have assistants. So head on over to thesaleswhisperer.com/VA staffer. Get yourself a virtual assistant for free for 4 hours, and then $100 off when you do retain them, because you will want to, because you will be more productive and more profitable when you're not doing $10 work, trying to build a $100 an hour or $1,000 an hour business, okay? thesaleswhisperer.com/VA staffer. And if you want to know what system is best for you, take my free survey, bestcrmforme.com. If you still have questions, you can schedule a free 15-minute consultation after you take the free survey, okay? bestcrmforme.com. Thanks for listening. Please leave a 5-star review. Please subscribe. That helps with the downloads, which helps with this bubbling up. It helps more people find it. More people I can help with the podcast, the more I can help for free. Thanks for listening. As always, remember to sell different.
Are you doing homeschool?
I don't do homeschool. Only me and Ella do school.
What about Elise? Does Elise do homeschool?
Elise don't do school.
She doesn't.
Elise goes at school.
Mm-hmm.
At me and Ella's
What's
school.
your brother's name? What is your brother's name? Who is your favorite brother?
Maman and Jakey.
Matt and Jakey.
Maman and Jakey.
They're good boys?
Yeah.
Okay, if you say.
Anything else?
Yeah.
What?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above, you're so high. Up above, you're so high. Up above, you're so high. Like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above, you're so high.
Okay, that's good.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, M, O, I, D, Blue, I, S, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing as me?
Wow, you are so amazing.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, worry about
Oh.
Daddy down the stream. Muley, muley, muley. I first bought a dream.
Okay, then we have to go.
Come help
You say bye-bye?
Goodbye.
hi.
Can I hang up?
No, we're going to keep talking.
Can I hang up?
No, we're going to keep talking. You can go play Dance.
I'm gonna play dance.
Okay.
Okay, and come to say goodbye later when you're done, okay?
Okay. Bye-bye.
Also, thank you for
Go.
singing. You're so beautiful.
Go close the door.
Yeah, I'm going to see. Sarah's friends are coming. Here.
Sarah's friends are coming here. That's
Oh
right.
my gosh, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And cookies and stuff.
Okay, cookies and dessert. Okay, go.
Okay.
There she goes. And she's off.